Hello and welcome back to SJ Cartier Limited Convos. And today I'm actually gonna give you a bit of my mindset, give you a bit of a story about me. Did you see that squirrel then? Wow, that was cute. Just as I started as well. But yeah, I'm gonna show you a post and I'm gonna show you a bit of mindset of mine and kind of show you a bit about me, show you the inside of me. Maybe you can learn from me, maybe you may not, but you will at least find something interesting here about me. So the post is this post. And it says, psychology says people who enjoy being alone the most are often the most loyal and faithful. And straight away, I like that because I'm thinking, I love being on my own. But I actually love and care for a lot of people more than they may even know themselves. And a lot of people may not see that because I've took myself away. And I just live in the countryside now. I don't live in Birmingham. And a lot of people may find that hard for themselves to do. So when they see me doing it, they think I'm a bit crazy because I've took myself away. And that I may not actually care for them either because I don't really contact anybody while I'm up here. And when I actually read into what the comment said, it made me even more think this post is just for me. And I'm going to read it now. In the comment it said, people who like being alone aren't cold. And I'm going to break each point down here with me. So a lot of people may think I'm cold because I don't contact them. I don't come around them. I don't include them in certain of my life decisions. But that's me as an independent man, not someone that needs to rely on people that we grew with, people, whether they're friends, family, whether they're just associates that you know in the area. You shouldn't have to rely on people for your life. Maybe as you're young and we're growing up, we need to make a living together, but after a certain amount of time, when does that time come from you to stop relying on people? And I've liked to think in my life, I've never actually fully relied on people in the sense of I've never worked for somebody, in the sense of I've gone on the road for somebody for a period of time and done some kind of criminal behaviour. I've never had to hold things for people to make money. I've always had my own lines, always built my lines myself, where I got out there, walked on my foot, found everybody that needs to be on my phone, whether I knew them before or not, and put them on my phone. I do that in my local area and I've done that in areas around the country. So for me, I've always been alone because a lot of people even used to say to me, let me come to your ends for a day, let me come to your ends for a week. And I'm thinking, man ain't really bringing me to your ends to make this money as well with my food. So why am I bringing you to my ends to make money with your food? And some people may say that's a small-minded mindset, but also it's an independent one. And it may seem cold to some people, but sometimes you have to actually do things for yourself and learn things for yourself. Whether you fail at first, when you get your enjoyment and your good breaks, it's all down to you. It's not down to somebody else. So some people might find that cold because you take yourself away to do your business. Even like with girls, I used to meet loads of girls with loads of men, but I used to have more fun with girls when I used to meet them alone, whether I found them alone or I met them alone. And I realised even from a young age, a lot of men ain't like that. A lot of men just want to be around man and girls. Like, I ain't trying to be around man and girls for the rest of my life. That's why when I found my woman, no one's actually met my woman actually in person other than my actual family pair, like family, mother and father, funnily enough, and like aunties and cousin. They're the only people, and my brother. Other than that, no one's actually met my woman in person. And that's because this is my wife, and it's not to say I'm keeping my family separate, but because we live far away and I met my woman in London, my woman's from London and I'm from Birmingham. Why am I bringing man from Birmingham down to London, whether she's got friends or not? And even when I had her and man are trying to tell me, oh, she got friends or... No, this is my wife. This ain't like a link that man are trying to like, oh, we're trying to get groupies from. This is my woman. This is my wife. And I don't need to bring man around here to comfort or make my wife feel comfortable around me or love me. Like, I can do that as a man myself, as a man that believes I'm a gallus, and at times I know how to talk to females. So if you have some kind of attraction to me, I believe I'm able to get you because I know how to treat you, and I don't need to show my appearance to do that. So even for me, I used to laugh and say, you know what? Some men may say, oh, well, how come you ain't trim up? Go get a trim. But I'm thinking, you're getting a trim every week to go hunt gal, and you ain't getting no gal. And I ain't getting a trim every week. And sometimes, funnily enough, when I don't get my trim, although I know when I get my trim I get gal, or I feel more confident to go for some of those higher end gal. When I was rough with my beard and my hair just out there and just ghetto, I used to get a lot of gal as well. So a lot of gal loved that rough ghetto look anyway. So you didn't always have to be that smart looking guy to actually get the girl. Something I realised from young. Something some people may see also as like, oh, I don't need to keep up my appearances all the time. That's a bit cold in some terms, isn't it? If that makes sense, because it's like, how to explain it? You're just overly confident in who you are, and you think you could just walk up to any girl whether you're looking good today or not. They're just selective. So I'm going to carry on reading. People who like being alone aren't cold, they're just selective. They don't need a crowd to feel complete. So when you get to understand me, I'm very selective of the people I put myself around now. I say something previously in my life, I used to put myself around a lot of people all the time because I did like to socialise. And something else that they said here, they value real over fake, peace over noise, and keep their circles small but solid. When they love deep. Their independence doesn't make them distant, it makes their loyalty strong. So how I used to see it, like, if I know you and you've never done me anything wrong, I'll just show you respect because it's just naturally how I'm going to be, because you've never done me anything wrong. And unless you've done someone very close to me wrong, I'm not really going to just hate you for the sake of it. I'm going to treat you how you treat me. And obviously, if we don't get along, we don't get along. But I used to put myself around a lot of people. And as I've said to my woman before, I say in my life, there's a lot of people just hate me. And I say the reason they hate me is because they can't use me. They can't manipulate me. They can't actually find out about me, even though I'm very open. I talk a lot and I'm very easy to find information about if you really want to. But then the real shit you don't really know how to find out, because I keep the real shits real secret to myself, and I keep that very independent and private to people I actually trust. And in life I've realised over the times, sometimes you can't trust people as they can trust you. And they may look at some of your mistakes. So I could say, like, I'll show you, like, on the flip side of road life, how I used to look at life. When I grew up, growing up, man, you didn't care about money still. In the sense of, man ain't got. If your friend or associate, if you're with us and you ain't got, then you're going to have. And if you haven't got, we're not going to take the mick unless we're trying to improve that as well. So we're going to take the mick, but we're going to bring you somewhere to make that money. It's up to you what you do with the money when you make it. It's up to you. We're not going to take the mick and kind of laugh at you from the background. We're going to share. We're not going to one man eat and the next man don't eat, whether that's food, whether that's going in the shop to get a drink. Oh, I need to get a drink. Let me get a drink. You want a drink? This is how man grew. And when you look around life now, as I grew up older, I realised a lot of people ain't like that. If a man bought you a drink, he's talking about that tomorrow. Like, I brought you a drink yesterday. What are you on about? Do man care about that drink money? A man really caring about a drink money? And it's quite funny. And even as I say, I never used to run for people, but as I say, times are hard sometimes, so you take things off people. And it's quite funny, you realise when you take things off people, people will kind of, look down on you for that. And then when you actually flip the script and you look at it and you think, I've took something off you and you're trying to look down on me. But that thing that I took off you, you actually are telling me you took from someone else. So why are you looking down on me? And this ain't your own thing anyway. And if it is your own thing, then this was my own thing. So stop pressuring. And some people may think, oh, that's a bit cold, that's a bit weird, that's a bit backwards. Of course, if you owe people money, you got to pay the money. But then I actually look in life and I think, you know what, when I'm close to somebody and I care, and this is where I say the love for people, is the love the same or is the love different? I care for people and I give you something. I give you something. My money ain't coming. I realise you're going through a hard time, something's going on, life's a bit different. I know at some point you have money, so it's not like this is a regular occurrence every week you got no money, every year you got no money. You have money regularly, so I'm not going to overly stress you about this money, because yes, I may need it, but right now you may need it more than me. And if I didn't really need that right now more than you, I would have just went and got my money for it right now, because I can do that. I could just wait if that's what I want. Or I could think in two ways. I could love you and think I'm trying to help you, or I could be thinking, oh, you're down, I'm trying to use you. Now, I'm somebody, when someone's down, I don't try to use them still. I actually try to put them on. And that's what I call love on the roads. And that's the same thing I see like even in business. So any man that's been around me in life and they've had a business, a legal business, I've supported that business in some type of way, because I know you personally. How am I not to support you? Whether that's me sharing your thing, whether that's me coming to support your thing, whatever that reasoning be, I would actually come and give you some support. I'd share your thing in some way. It's kind of mad, this little dog. I know. So yeah, that little dog just is going now. I'm just in a little park out here. But yeah, back to the moral of the story about love, innit, and how people see you. And I'm just gonna read this post again and give you like just the flip script. Psychology says people who enjoy being alone are most often the most loyal and faithful. And that's the point I'm trying to get at. Like, being loyal and faithful to the people you care for matters in a lot of ways. So as I was trying to say, like, if I gave somebody something and you're down, I'm not going to stress you for that money. And you know what, I'm going to overly think, you know what, sometimes you brought me food, or you just gave me weed, or you just gave me money, and it wasn't to really be counted as, oh, I'm paying for that thing. But you realise you owe me something, and you're kind of trying to do your most. You're bringing me something, you're giving back in some way. And yes, you owe me that money. There's beer man out there right now that owe me money, and there's a few men that may say, I do owe them money in that sense. And it's how we see each other as friends or family or whatever it is. Because as I say, you either love them and really don't care and realise, you know what, at some point when these people are up, if I'm showing them the respect that they're supposed to get, they're just going to give me anyway. If they ain't getting no respect, I don't expect it, because I ain't giving them no respect, so fuck them in that terms. And there's a lot of people out there that owe me money and I won't even ask them ever again for it. If they came to me for that money, then safe. Would I judge them for that money? No, because it's like, you needed that at a time. I helped you out because I was up. And funny enough, when I was down, you may not have helped me. So I can't even judge you. Like, it's just part of life, innit? Like, but it's recognising, like, sometimes people take themselves away because really, they realise they're a different kind of breed and you overly think of things differently. And maybe you're a bit old school. Like, from young I was told I'm an old school guy and I'm gonna be like a grumpy old man and this and that. And it's quite funny, I've actually ended up with an older woman that's like, oh, she's what, 12 years older than me, 13 years older than me. And I realised in my life, I feel like that older personalities do grip to me more. And even in my life, I've met a lot of people in my life, I've come across a lot of people. But really, I'd say a lot of the real people are the people that I haven't fell out with, funnily enough. And they're the real people that won't talk behind my back and defend me and actually talk positive about me, share my business, actually share it. Like, because as I say, I've had my business for 5 years, and I've looked at how many people's business I've seen, and I'll share them, I'll follow them, and this and that. And then I look how many people really shared me, and it's quite funny. I even think of it like this, yeah. It's quite funny. It's even new people that have shared me, and the people that have shared me really are the people that from 14, 15, 16, 17, you knew me from a young age, and this is how we used to roll. We don't care about what each other's got. We care about each other doing well. We don't care about, oh, you know what, I done that favour for you because I done that favour because it's you. I done that favour because it's you. I'm trying to help you. And if you get up from that, you know what, I'll take a little positive from that and say, you know what, you got up. I'm not going to judge you for that. I may think about it in the back of my head, but I'm going to actually love the fact that you're actually up from that and say, you know what, I put something to that. I contributed to that, and just take it as pride in that sense, more than jealousy and hate, if that makes sense. Because, oh, you're up now. Nah, I need that thing. Now you're up now. You can't be up like that. That's just some disgusting personality. And when you start realizing and trying to pick that out, you only realize these things when you take yourself away. And only strong people, like even growing up from a young age, I will say, the real niggas, real man them, rolled alone. Let me say that again. Real man rolled alone. And when I say rolled alone, literally take themselves wherever they want to go alone. And when you look at loads of people that feel like, even like social media, you'd feel just because somebody's got 100 likes that they have a lot of people that like them or like their thing, when in fact it's just a group of people that have put themselves around each other to make their presence feel more heard, if that makes sense. So the fact that they've put themselves together is because they independently can't feel heard alone. And even after, so maybe, yeah, you have a community, you grow in that community. When, at what point do you feel you don't need to be amongst that community? You also have a community away for yourself. And that's why a lot of people are stuck in their ends that they grew up in. And it's not to say you can't be in your ends, contributing to your ends, and you can't live in your ends, but it's meaning being confided to where you're born, and that's it. And even if your service may reach a little few distances, you're not. Your energy is just stuck in the same old energy of what you know and what you've grown in. And the reason you do that is because that's the only place you feel comfortable. Same reason some people only club or party in certain places they've been regularly. They don't just take themselves up and say, you know what, like as a kid we used to do this. Say, you know what, where's the biggest dance today? Where Leeds, Warehouse, let's go. Niche, Vibe, Sheffield, let's go. Telford, whatever that one was, let's go. Manny, oh, let's go Printworks then. Let's go these places. Let's go up and down. Let's go Milton Keynes and go to the little bar around that little place there. I forgot the name of that. Randomly, because there was a little dance there and it was an upmark. Let's just go there. Let's just go these places. And that's because we felt comfortable to do that. We were able to take ourselves away from what we know and actually be comfortable in something we don't know. And that's like social media. That's like a lot of, I'm not going to say everybody's fake in a circle, but you understand that there's a lot of fake in circles. Look in your circle now. Think about who would do what you would do for them, and what who would do, and do you do what they do for you? And I say, like, I said it to my partner, like, I realized my mentor is so strong, my energy is so strong. even when I'm not really bothering people, I feel like I bother people. And that doesn't matter where you are. And they always say, if you got no haters, then you ain't doing nothing right. People that have a lot of haters are actually doing something right. And there's a mass of people that feel like that interrupts their divide, that feel they have to kind of disrupt that person. That's why they get a little hate, because they can't really interact with this individual, this personality, because a lot of people forget we are all our own personality, and our personality changes dependent on who we're around. So to find out exactly who you are, you need to be alone. And a lot of people think that's crazy. Build with your people, man. Grow with them, they grow with you. But always is it like that? Are people trying to grow with you and grow with them, or they're trying to grow themselves via you? Are they trying to use you to be their alternative plan? And I'm not into that. I take myself away, and I know I actually love and care for people, so I actually support people in ways they don't even know. I've actually contacted people about people for protection and stuff from way in the countryside, and I think people wouldn't even do that for me. People would actually try to send somebody here to just get themselves in problems. You know what I mean? Send someone else so you have the problem, because I can't be arsed with that problem. You know what I'm trying to say? But it's when you realise, I realised from long in my business, you know what? Some people judge me for my race, and I'm a young black guy doing something independently on my own. I get that. I'm a black man with my black business, doing it alone. I get it. But also I recognise a lot of people judge me because there's people feeding them things about me, about how their experiences from their own words. And really, they're looking at it like, oh, we got away. Or listen, recognise this is where I tell you who I am. Carty took himself away from Birmingham and moved to London and decided to start a life. Took himself away to find a wife. Took himself away to actually find a family and build a family. He didn't feel like he had to build that family in a community that he grew in, and he didn't feel like he needed to. He was able to find a woman. He was able to build a business. He was able to grow his business. He was able to maintain his business without needing someone by his side, without having to go and ask this person for help and this person for help. Just putting in his own work and graft and relying on his own energy and thinking, I know myself, money comes in and out. Do I have to stress? Do I have to worry? So this post again, I'm going to read it one more time. Psychology says people who enjoy being alone the most are often the most loyal and faithful. People who like being alone aren't cold, they're just selective. They don't need a crowd to feel complete. They value real over fake. When they love deep. Their independence doesn't make them distant, it makes their loyalty stronger. So even for that one, on the end note, because I didn't touch on it last time, as you become more independent for yourself, you're actually able to help more people. You actually have things for yourself to bring to people. So actually, in fact, taking yourself away to grow something will actually grow something for the rest of the people. If you can grow it yourself as well. You may need them to jump in and help, you may not. But the point is, if you can grow something over here that's separate from what's being grown together, that now adds to something that could be together. See if you understand these things or we don't. Same thing with black businesses, supporting black businesses. I'm going to talk on that topic. You know, I'm going to talk on that topic in a minute. Right now, we should be supporting black businesses, because real life, I find that Asians always support Asians just for being Asian. The white man always support the white man just for being white. Black people don't just support black people just for being black. There's the issue. And I'm going to end this video now, and I'm going to come with that next topic after. So thank you for joining SJ Cartier Limited Convos, and I hope you have a good day.